Hello, this is probably going to be the last video I make on the Arcch situation. Previous video was the first video I made on the Arcch situation, and I want to apologise for not researching into it properly while making the whole video. I want to apologise. As someone who is a commentary YouTuber, I should be getting facts instead of making a whole assumptions, so I'm sorry for doing that, and I'm also sorry for going off on the deep end at Arcch without any evidence. So Arcch has made a response saying that Nick A30 left out a load of context. So basically, Arcch asked Nick A30, as you know, for a challenge, either a shotgun only challenge or chest only challenge, but neither of those happened. Basically, what Arcch is saying is like, Nick A30 ignored his donations, and it made him really mad because he was intentionally ignoring his donations.
Big numbers to manipulate the audience into thinking he has a lot going on and a lot to read, but that's just not the case. I did a little bit of research, and no matter where you find Nick's streams, they're all on members only mode. You may think the chat will still move fast, but that's just completely wrong. Here's a YouTube short stream I looked at, and in the span of an hour there was no chat messages and 4 donations. One of these donations being this. Now this message did not get removed for at least an hour as far as I know. I just want to point out this stream was only 2 hours long, but not only does this prove his chat doesn't move or barely moves whatsoever on shorts, it shows there is little to no moderation, therefore exposing his younger audience to hateful language. Now I know it's not his fault that someone typed this and sent it, but he so easily removed donations from people just kindly asking about the situation, but this managed to stay in the chat for an hour or more. Also, I took a look at TikTok where Nick has member only streams. The chat yet again barely moves or doesn't move at all, and one thing I noticed is that people donate on TikTok and he just doesn't read it out whatsoever. And I know you can send like 1p things on TikTok, but some people were sending like 200 roses, which is like $2. There were people donating on TikTok and he just either didn't see it or just ignored it.
This was only Arcch and like 5 other people who were donating, so Nick A30 has no excuse of ignoring. I understand that he's a big YouTuber, but honestly, he had members only mode on. He wasn't getting many donations or many messages. That Nick was purposely ignoring the messages. I'll put on the screen an example of Nick A30 ignoring Arch's messages.
Next to my first donation and his response, it makes sense. Nick in fact did ignore this donation. I'll get onto proof of that soon. I waited a while and got his video. I said, I donated twice now asking if you could give me a challenge for a video. Not sure if you've seen them or not, can get a bit hectic. It can be any challenge even if it's been done before. Now Nick goes on to ignore this donation as well. The proof is coming up soon, don't worry. This message clearly shows me being polite and understanding how he can miss things when streaming. So after this, I waited around a long while. I wasn't just spamming. I was giving him time to read out other people's donations and memberships. When he didn't read it, I assumed he might have just missed it again, so I donated again. Now this donation was also cut out of Nick's video. It says, hey man, you replied to my first donor, but I don't think you saw the second. You never gave a challenge. Could you just say one for me to do? It could be anything like the one chest or shotgun only. Thanks, bro. Nick then responded to this donation with this unwarranted lecture.
Arcch for the 2. Hey man, you replied to my first one, but I don't think you saw the second. You never gave a challenge. I did, bro. I did. I answered it in full. Ryder, thank you for the gifted. Arcch, listen, if you have a challenge that you would like me to give you, you give it to me. I don't have any challenge ideas, bro. You're the content creator. You come up with the idea. I'll say it if that's what you want. If you want to include me in the video, please stop spamming, okay? It's not my responsibility to come up with video ideas for you, bro. Listen, like, if I had the idea, I'd be doing it myself. I said that already 3 times. So, if you can't pay attention to the stream, like, that's on you, bro. I literally responded to your message way too many times.
Now you may also realise in this clip he mentions 3 donations.
I said that already 3 times.
Showcasing that he did see the other 2 but he didn't want to respond to them. The way I see it is he told me he will give me a challenge but not come up with a new idea. So I informed him it can be any challenge that's been done before, and I even gave him 2 examples in the 4th donation. Keep in mind he's only read my first donation and my 4th donation with the examples, and this is how he reacted.
In Nick's video, he portrayed Arcch as like this bad person and portrayed him as like a negative person, when Arcch has claimed on multiple occasions that he wasn't trying to come off as negative, and I can see both arguments in this. The way he wrote the donations do look negative in a sense, but it's the way you read them and the way you put the tone to them. So in Nick A30's eyes, those could be negative, but in Arch's eyes, those could be positive. The problem with text, you can never get a positive or negative response within text. You can with voice, but you can't with text. You can't show your true feelings in a text message. So that argument, in my opinion, isn't as valid because you can't, in a text message, get your opinions over in both. So Arch apologizes for the clickbait and he says that he's sorry and he's going to move on from there. He says yes, after the Nick A30 situation, he did get monetized. However, his initial goal wasn't to get monetized. His initial goal was to show what Nick A30 was really like. But he says after this, he's not going to make any more videos anymore because he's been healthy eating, he's been going to the gym, and the only reason that he's happy that he's monetized is so that he can pay his car insurance and stuff that he actually needs. He says from now on, he's going to start a charity stream, and basically he's going to, when he gets back, probably do some sort of charity event. He said that cancer's affected his life a lot, so it's nice to see him turn a bad situation into like a positive situation. But it's honestly seeing someone like Nick A30 twisting things, making him look like the good guy, even though Nick A30 isn't really the good guy. It's Arch in this. But also at the same time, it's an argument over a Fortnite challenge. So either way, it needs to end. And this is the most random drama I've ever seen online. I'm sorry for taking Nick A30's side originally. I didn't originally, research into it properly. And you know what? I feel like Arch, he has redeemed himself from everything that has gone on. Nick A30 needs to explain himself a bit better, saying that he has a positive mindset when he doesn't. There's multiple occasions of him raging on Red Dead Redemption and talking about Arch for about over 16 minutes.
That seems interesting. But bro, coming at me like, hey Nick, I'm doing a Fortnite challenge video, give me a challenge. Bro, that's the most generic, basic, boring video idea I've ever heard in my life. Everyone's done it 20 times every single year. Like, come up with something original. Stop relying on someone who has a big name to come up with your content ideas and brainstorm it yourself. Like, plain and simple. I'm so over that because I've seen people ask, so many different challenge ideas throughout all my years, and no one puts any effort into it, bro. They just want to get a free Nick A30 gave me a challenge, or blank streamer with X viewers gave me a challenge, and it's like, dude, come up with better ideas.
You got to think he's what, 30 or almost 30, and he's arguing to a 19-year-old. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to say about the whole Nick A30 situation. I feel like it's been blown out of proportion and could have been dealt in a better way, but obviously it was dealt with how it was dealt with. Arch didn't really want the drama to happen the way he did. He also says he doesn't like drama, which is understandable. And anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry for getting some of my information wrong last time. I'll make sure to do better next time. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.